Hey, this is Kyle is Wonderful here again with another Idol podcast. This will be my second attempt. First one went not as great as I thought, but real quick, let me check. And yes, I hear myself because my biggest fear isn't that zero people are going to watch this. My biggest fear is that 10 people tried to watch it and I was muted the entire time. So let me give you a little something better. We'll go through, I'll screen share mostly. I'll be screen sharing. But just to do a little introduction, I did one podcast a couple days ago talking about how I got into idols to begin with. The what is it? TL too long didn't read for it is that um I started out like at the age of 2. I was going over to my cousin's house and I was playing the original Nintendo console and I thought it was just this magical thing, and I remember picking up the games and I saw like made in Japan. I don't know, maybe I wasn't 2 at that time, but at some point when I was able to read, I was made in Japan, made in Japan. So Japan, it was always like on my mind, even though I'm 20-minute drive from Canada. Before I knew about Canada, I knew about Japan. Fast forward a little bit, I was always in the video games. And if Mikey, if that was you that tuned in, you know this story. You're the only person that liked this on Twitter, and you didn't even know me at the time. But I went all the way. I was a big fan of turn-based RPGs. Fast forward to about 2017, and there were no more. I shouldn't say no more, but once Final Fantasy turned their back on the turn-based style, the rest of the world turned their back as well. So here I am. I used to watch anime like when I was younger. I probably stopped at Naruto, the original Naruto, and um there was this game. It was called Omega Quintet. It was really anime looking. It was really girly looking. I'm more of a sports guy. Most of my friends are the bro types, and I'm like, all right, I'm really desperate for an RPG. This looks cute, like cute. It looks cute. I tried it. It was pretty cool. It was the gameplay is all right. The actual turn-based fights are pretty cool because you put together songs and choreographies. I forget exactly how it went, but it was awesome. But one thing that stood out was the soundtrack. And every single time I booted up the game Omega Quintet, I listened to the entire like minute and a half opening, which I later found out was sung by Iris, who also did the Japanese voice acting. Unfortunately, I was doing the English voice acting, but so I didn't even get to hear Iris voice acting. But anyway, Iris. So that was the thing. I played that game and it taught me like the gameplay was okay, but the story is that like the world is like most turn-based RPGs is under threat and there's some kind of big thing. The only thing that can get rid of this evil is like idols with their singing and dancing and choreography and their teamwork and friendship and love and all that. Um, Pretty much describe to me why idols exist, and that is to make you smile. There's an old saying that like they tell new idols, like they ask new idols, what does it mean to be an idol, and like, or what is your job as an idol, and a lot of idols that are young will answer it's to smile. But the answer is no, it's to make other people smile. And this is something that I could relate to as I was a wrestling fan, like also from the age of 2 all the way till now, pro wrestling. And they don't go out there to win matches, although some people like prefer to win matches and they get all political, but they don't go out there to win matches. They go out there to entertain people. It's kind of like a circus, but without all the bad stuff that circuses have. But anyway, that was the TLDR of the first podcast. But that brings me to what this podcast is about. This podcast is about how to discover new idols, new groups, and new songs. So that was how I discovered it was through the video game Omega Quintet. And that brings us to the first one. Any kind of media. If you're an anime fan, you'd be exposed to some of these groups. If you're the rhythm based games, Love Live and Hatsune Miku. So all these things are different ways you can find, and that's how I got into it to begin with. Now let's fast forward a little bit. Sorry, it's boring on the background right now, but I will be using the background eventually. Fast forward a little bit. I heard all the Iris' songs. I watched the videos, and I thought, you know what, this is pretty cool. I like this. I'm gonna search it out a little bit more. So I just like typed in Google. and this is my like database of like finding idols. So Google is one of the things I'll use. But anyway, I found J-pop idol streams. The big streaming. Um, Unfortunately, that seems like they haven't updated since 2020. Something must have happened during the pandemic, but they seem to be still updating us daily on the news. So you know that news that comes out every day about idols, J-pop idols is what they're called. But anyway, that's where I went to after. Like, I went in, like, I wasn't talking. Remember, all my friends are just bro dudes, and I didn't even know where to search out, like, where a community would be, nor did I want to because I was such a beginner. I felt like I'd be such an outsider. So I went to this J-pop streams, and I worked at a job where I could listen to music while I worked, and I would just listen to these streams, and sometimes I would miss it. But if there was a good song, I would take a quick snapshot of my phone where the stream was, and would take a picture of who the group was and what the song name was. And I just did this for a while. I maybe a couple months. I just was like, maybe not every time I worked, but I was getting in the idol slowly by doing that. And I had no idea who anybody was or what anything was or what anything was about. But I took those snapshots, and then one day I like, okay, now's the time to finally like. I like to make lists and stuff, even handwritten. So I got a notebook, and I wrote out, okay, here's a snapshot. I wrote down the name, and then if I got to like more, then I would start tallying, and it was literally a Hello Project like tally, like extravaganza. I mostly like Morning Masumi, Cute, Barry's Kobo, and Country Girls. And that's kind of how I started figuring out what the heck's going on. A few of the others that stood out to me at the time, this is 2017, remember, were Suribit, a fish-based group that's really funny, and I miss them dearly. And Rev from DVL, another group I miss dearly. So these were all just, I didn't know what they looked like. I didn't know what anything was going on. I didn't know anything. So I started looking up Morning Musume, and I was watching their videos, and I'm like, holy crap, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm listening to things most of the EDM stuff. So, and that was the kind of stuff I wanted to listen to. And I think I forgot to say this part, but I also play a lot of FIFA Pro Clubs, and then I started putting songs on Spotify. That's where I figured out, oh no, there's no Hello Project on Spotify. So that's where I started learning a few more and searching a few playlists there. Like, I got into people like Supergirls, X21, a few others from that because they were on Spotify big. So anyway, that's one way. Another way, just like if you're coming in blind, completely blind to everything, you can go to that stream. Unfortunately, that particular stream has stopped updating. I'm sure there's some other ones out there for you to do it, but that's how I did it. I didn't know what else to do. Let's just fast forward a little bit further now. Now that I'm a little bit into it, um then you get on Spotify here. So now we can go into kind of what I do on a daily basis at this point. I feel like I should have wrote a script. I feel like I'm missing a step, but let's just get into this. So you got your Spotify, and most of the things I try to do, I don't have a lot of money to spend, so most of the things I'm going to be describing, you can all do yourself for absolutely free. I do have one of the few things. I don't have a Netflix. I don't have anything like that, but I do have a Spotify premium subscription. But something like a playlist, and don't forget, if you're on a like a I'm on a laptop, or if you're on a PC, you should have no problem just playing the song you want. And you just might have to listen to a few ads. So this is a guy, or I don't know if it's a guy or girl or they, but ISAOTAN. I got into following this person on Spotify. This particular playlist, so they do it in 3 month blocks. This is from July of 2023 to until September, and it's updated daily. Unfortunately, you got to go all the way to the bottom, so it's one of those. But it's you go to the bottom, you find the new ones for the day, and then you kind of can put it on shuffle if you want. So here's one thing of note: it is not midnight for me yet. So some of these that are blacked out could become playable once it hits midnight for me. Now there are some ways to get around this. I have found some songs by just searching around, or maybe the group themselves put out a link on their social media, and then that version worked. But Um, as soon as it hits midnight, these songs like this one, I already know this song. This is a good song right here. Um, but so I probably know it from the music videos. Sometimes the song comes out first on streaming. Sometimes the music video comes out first. But this is what I do every single day. I go and see which songs were updated to this. The songs from today. I'm a little behind. I've been under the weather and recovering, but I'm a little behind, and this is what I'm going to do on a daily basis. I want to have a daily podcast where I go through and I'll show you more steps of how I figure out like what's going on. Obviously, I don't know every single person here, and my memory is pretty terrible. I was losing brain cells by the time Gen 4 got in the morning of Masumi. So I'm 1 year younger than Rika and Yoshi, and I'm 1 year older than Nono and Iban. So if you were wondering. Anyway, that's my Spotify part of this discussion. This guy's name again, or person or gal, is ISO something. Let me find the name. ISAOTAN. So if you look them up, I've also on. They gave me a beautiful that was updating every time somebody was added to TIF, the recent Tokyo Idol Festival that just happened this weekend. Every time a new group was announced for that, he would update and not only just put their song like best song on there, it would particularly be like what would be their best festival song. And this person ISAOTAN basically got it spot on. Everything that I heard on my playlist or his playlist for the Tokyo Idol Festival is what I heard in the Tokyo Idol Festival. So that was that. Let's go over to YouTube now. So YouTube, there's probably and just like everything, you guys might know things that I don't. Put it in the comments. This is just I'm trying to build a community here. I can invite guests at a point. I'm going on a spiel right now, but at a point I can get guests on here. So this is the YouTube section that I go to every day to combine with the Spotify that I do every day. So this account is called @symbol, so you got to have the @symbol in there, and then it's Japanese Idol MV, and this gets updated daily as well, and it's really nice. It does not ever, so they have it so that it'll never clutter your subscription. Like it's hidden until you go to the channel itself, which is pretty cool. um so the first and the main thing is the 100 latest Japanese idol music videos. And the word idol here is definitely a loose term. It's mostly any female Japanese music video, whether they're what you would call a social media idol, what we would call influencers, whether it's your more serious people from anime songs, anything that has a music video. I don't know how they know everything, but you get everything from 1 million views to 400 views on these. So that's the main section. If you go down a little further, you got your Hello Project, which just makes me cry how little music videos with all the groups they have there are per year. This is the other section I like. um by year per month. So if you want to go back and go chronologically through July's music videos, there was 196 idol, quote unquote, idol music videos um in July. We're already up to 60 music videos, and it's only about to turn August 9th in a few or 45 minutes for me. So this goes down all the way to 2015. So you can actually do some good research here. Pretty much any female music video is here through 2015. Let's see if they started. Yep, so all the way in July. And oh my gosh, there's Surrey Bit. I know that screenshot. Oh, I love me some Surrey Bit, man. You guys really need to get into Surrey Bit. So anyway, this is what I do every single day. So now you might be asking yourself, so how do you remember this stuff? How do I know if it's in Japanese characters, what band this is, or who this is, and what's going on? So this is the beauty. So first of all, disclaimer: never take anything 100% value when you're using translation. If you do not speak the language, don't go out there and say, "Oh, this idol said that," or they said this in the song. If you don't have confirmation from somebody that actually speaks both languages or something along those lines. Do not take it for 100%. With that disclaimer out of the way, I've got one of the music videos already not loaded up because I can't play anything. My stream will get shut down immediately. I'm hoping the screenshots don't get me shut down, and I'm not going to linger on this. So this is one. I went from the very 1st of August. So I haven't done. I'm going to try and maybe do my 3rd podcast. This is my 2nd one. My next podcast will probably try and be to get us all caught up through the beginning of August. Because I was watching a lot of Tokyo Idol Festival and stuff like that. So I picked this one because it's got a all Japanese characters all the way through. So once I click on it, then I can see this little their YouTube logo. I know who it is now because I know what that logo is. It's Anthurium. But if you didn't know, if it's just a lot of the times you're just going in blind, completely blind. So this is what I do. There's two different things or two different translation things that I use. Deep L translator is my favorite. I think it's kind of one of the best as far as just a straight up translation. So let's see what it gives us for this Anthurium. So I don't think that's even how they spell it, but it gives it now my memory can just like if it was a group I hadn't heard of before, I would have a little more trouble. But I have heard of this one before, and they did great at the Tokyo Idol Festival. But Anthurium, which type of tropical flowering plant, if you wanted to know. But now that Chat GPT is amazing as well, you can use this in many different ways. So um, this might be super slow a little bit because I'm streaming as well. So sorry about that. But you can use ChatGPT. You can see I was using it yesterday because I was going through a bunch of different AKB videos that weren't uploaded to Last FM, which I just joined a couple days ago, and I've already uploaded about 120 different videos. So let me see here. What was I going to say? Well, let's just ask the same thing and see what it gives us. Um, you tell me what this says. Since I keep asking Romaji and English, it'll probably automatically give me both. Once you get your thing trained on once you get your chat gpt trained on what you want to do. So this one's even a different spelling than the other one. See how you can't do anything 100%. It's this is here to remind you and bring out your memory bank. So anyway, it doesn't seem to be a corresponding or recognizable word. So ChatGPT didn't know as much as Deep L. That's why I like to know both. Deep L was able to recognize that it's a tropical flower. Anyway, let's go to the song title. So so this is just again, these are the different things that I try to do so that I can actually have some kind of memory of what the heck I'm going at. Because I do try to follow like everything, and I love following all you guys on social media because you're all like specialists in a certain area, and you can teach me even more. So let's go with Deep L since it did well last time. I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me is the English translation. Let's go get like I know some people want the Romaji, so what does this say in Romaji? So your Romaji version. Yeah, it's because I'm streaming and I don't have the best internet, so apologies for the delay. The Romaji version is Giji Renai, which usually doesn't have. I think that means love, and then Sasitagaru. So see, I like I like when I can get the I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me, and like in my memory bank, I'll forever. And everybody's different. I struggle. I can barely spell in English. I failed Spanish in high school, so it's always a little struggle for me. I can remember words like Renai is love, from all the song titles, especially Morning Masumi. But I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me by Anthurium. So now I know um what it is. So let's go over here back to Anthurium. This is where at the base level, now I know what it is. But I also like to do this as well. Just doing a little bit exploring, especially when it's a new group. So let's cut it off. They have it bordered off and see at least maybe some of you have things that just translate this automatically, but this is where I always put it into chat GBT, and I'll also tell him or it that what we're talking about. So I'll say something like, so this is from the YouTube video, music video for Anthurium. I forget how to spell it too. Let's just say what the AI said earlier. Voice cracked, and I'm 37. Um, what was the song called? Okay, make you fall in love with me. See if I might. I'll make you fall in love with me. What I want to do for my daily podcast is I'll make a script up. I'll do all this offline, not on the stream, and then we can go through everything that comes out every day, and I'll give you the results that I get. Whoops, I forgot to put the rest, but at least now ChatGPT knows what we're about to talk about. So, next up, remember I just took that copy and paste from the first part of the video description. I like to read the video description, and I like to do it with a little bit of the first comments. Oh, and we even have lyrics here. So that's another thing. If I can find the lyrics, then I can tell you at the base what's going on in the song. I'm not going to go over every lyric, but I can tell you, oh, this is a song. It's got an EDM background, and they're talking about I can't wait to see my love on Monday. Shout out Crown Pop. That's where I got that. My voice. Let me get a drink. My voice is going. Sorry about that. I need to get my voice trained for live streams again. It's been about a year, other than the one I did a couple days ago. It's been about a year since I've live streamed. All right. Oh, and this is my last FM I was talking about earlier. So what am I looking for here? Oh, so at least now it knows what I'm talking about. Um, so this is the first part of the description of the music video. I usually do a comma and then I just put it in there. And then again, disclaimer, don't take everything 100% of what it gives you. This is to give you a base idea of what is going on. So let's see. And especially when you find a new group you've never heard of, I love to go through the descriptions and stuff. The first part of the description says the music video is for the new innovative love song I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me, and it's available now for all Idol fans. So we'll just keep going through this. I won't keep you guys long if you were being a trooper and trying to watch everything and supporting me for my few fans out there. Shout out Godo fan and Aya fan. I know they watched my first stream, and I think Mikey tuned in earlier. So those are three of my better friends on YouTube. All right, so this is the next part of the description. See what they have to say. But this is what I like to do, and like I said, I'm gonna do this offline once I get a daily schedule going, and then I'll tell you what's going on in all the new releases each day. So this is the translation of the next part of the description. After approximately a year and a half, the new Ansirium tentative uh, oh, it's an untitled album. So approximately a year and a half, the new album from Ansirium is set to be released. As the lead track of this album, a brand new song has been specifically written for Ansirium, showcasing their further evolution. Moreover, there's I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me, which throws a stone into the love situation of the idol world, which has become familiar even in live performances, throwing shade at the rest of the idols. See why this is like fun to go through? So yeah, and Sirium's throwing shade, or at least the staff. Promising to dominate this summer, there's a killer tune, Multiplicana, a summer number that's full of energy. The album contains a total of 9 songs, including 6 songs that have been produced to match the individual personalities of each member, as presented as their respective birthday celebrations. Wow. So this is, I'm glad pick this one. This is some pretty cool stuff. With the wide range of songs as their arsenal, the album has been crafted to be a captivating piece with distinctive tracks that are sure to leave an impression. That is some of. I've been doing this for a while. That's some of the best. I can't believe I picked this one for the live stream just randomly. Um, that was pretty cool. So we just found out some great news about it and Ethereum. And I have no idea if I'm saying the name right every single time. That's going to be one problem of this podcast. But anybody in the comments can always feel free to. I'm here to learn. If you want to correct me on anything, I'm here to learn. So we don't need to go through like all of this stuff. It looks like it's probably in general that's the same stuff you see every time. It might show you how to order it, all their social medias, but let's get to the heart of the matter. Again, I can't play the music video for you guys, but let's see what this song is about. And I don't think we need to go through the entire lyrics, so I might ask them or the Chat GPT to give me a generalization, or maybe we should just start with the lyrics since we're doing showing you how to do stuff. So, the lyrics for this song. Tell me them in English and give me your best impression it means. So, again, disclaimer, can't take everything at face value. It's going to give you a generalized basis of what's going on. And I haven't watched this music video yet, but I watched their performances at Tokyo Idol Festival, so I'm pretty sure I've heard this song. They would have played it there. So here's the translation of the next or that's where we were earlier. So here are the lyrics in English. I'll make you fall in love with me. I'll make you fall in love with me. I'll make you so. And I'm not going to read through everything. Saw nosebleed in there in your sailor frappuccino and donuts. So it looks like it's going to be a fun song. They said they wanted to stand out. Completely naked raisin. I don't know what that means, but again, you can't take anything at 100% value. I like this I love you part. Now take out the left earphone. This is a really cheeky and fun song. Can't wait to watch it later. Or pretty much as soon as I end the stream, I'm going to ask it. Spending money, bonds, simulated romance. They definitely wanted to stand out. So, like I said, I think I've probably heard this song. But when you're trying to like listen to so many different things at once, it's hard to remember. So now I'll see. This is what I like to ask. What are your highlights of this song? Because usually they'll tell me, well, all songs are up to interpretation, which again, disclaimer, all songs are up to interpretation. But what are the highlights of this song based on the group's name, the song title, the description, and the lyrics? So this is the part I love. And of course, I would have heard this song already and seen the music video. I'm going blind on this one just to show you guys what's going on. So based on the group's name and Serium, the song title, I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me, the description of the music video, and the lyrics, here are some of the highlights. So a new sensation love song. The song whoop, New Sensation Love Song. The song I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me. It describes the new sensation love song, suggesting and offers a unique take on the theme of romance. Number 2, energetic and playful vibes. The group Ansirium and the title name of the song indicate a lively and playful atmosphere, blah, blah, blah. Simulated romance theme. The song title translates to I'll Make You Fall in Love with Me. This suggests a theme of simulated. Simulated. Why do they keep saying simulated? What does that even mean? Or induced romance, possibly showcasing the idea of infatuation or admire. Ooh, I didn't know they were going there. That's hitting home for me. Anyway, exciting and catchy chorus. The lyrics feature repeated sounds and expressions like choo 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 choo. No, I just had to go there. Shout out Hello Project releasing all the new music videos, but still shout out all the people that were already getting the 4K with the subtitles. Anyway, engaging music video description mentions the music video is intended for all Idol fans, which suggests the visuals can include an element. I mean, it does look pretty flashy. Does look like a nice video from the screenshot, huh? And then Summer Vibe, description references Summer Vibe, hinting at a summer theme song as usual right now, and then a variety of expressions. So this one wasn't really. I feel like it didn't give us a really good representation of what was going on. Part of it might be that I haven't listened to the song yet, or like I said. So these are just some ways. I don't know if I should blabber on too much longer. We just hit a half hour. But I do what you just saw there is something I want to do like in general every single day. I'll do most of the work so you don't have to see me going through all that. Um, and I'll write out a script or something just to get us let everybody know what's going on in the idol world outside of the big stuff. I mean, the big stuff will be included as well. So, and then, like I said, you guys will know more about the big stuff. Right now, what I've been listening to, shout out Girls Girls, stylized as Girls Squared or Girls Two, with their song. It was a combo song with the other trio, I Scream, and it's called Rock Steady. So check that video out. It's got 4 times as many views as the new Morning Masumi video. I wish they would get their act together. But that's another time. That's another topic for another time. I can invite people. People can join this and have an interview and have a discussion with me just through their phones. You don't have to show your face. Nothing like that. This is just going to be a community for everybody. Something a little different than your normal social medias, and hopefully you can get some information out as well. So thanks for tuning in. Anybody that stayed this long, give me a like, subscribe, and I will hope to see you guys soon, because I want to, like I said, do like a daily thing, and then within the daily things I can also do special interviews, special topics. There's all kinds of different topics, ranging from lighthearted to serious. So let me know what you guys think. Comment if I got anything wrong, or if you have other ideas for people to find new groups and idols. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.